Hello, Tim O'Kelly here. Got a question for you. How are you doing on your New Year's resolution 2016? Now, what I hope you just said was, I'm on. I got it. Been to the gym 3 times this week. I'm loving life. I hope so. Now, for all the other ones that possibly are struggling with it or actually never did it, I just wanted to make a quick video on this. But before I go into it, let me tell you a little bit about me. If you've never met me, we've never had an experience together. I began my personal development journey in 1988 on recommendation of my boss. I took a class. I've never taken a class in personal development, and just in one weekend, changed careers. Found my father after he left when I was 4 years old. I never saw him again. Found him. Found out why my relationships don't work. Find out why I push one weekend I blew my mind. I made a decision that weekend, 1988, October, Long Beach, California, Long Beach Convention Center, to do personal development for the rest of my life because I'd never seen anything that was so powerful. I've been through a lot of college. I've been through a lot of just traditional schooling, and no one ever answered questions like that, like I got answered there. And this has been my life ever since. It's been on stages all over, thousands of people, and I just really, really love this work. I love it more right now than I did as I'm getting older because of the results that I have. And meaning, biggest challenge in my life has been relationships. And by really understanding the tools and diving in and learning as much as I can about how to very simply make a relationship work, and then now to see the fruits of my labor is exciting. I have 3 children. I have a 24-year-old that I was with a woman where I did not know how to do relationships very well. And that relationship ended, and I raised this little girl. And I had such an incredible challenge and an incredible great time doing it. She's 24 now, just graduated a couple of years ago from top honors at UCLA. And so I decided, you know what, that's a great thing for me. I have 2 more. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, okay? So that's why I love personal development, not just because I love it, but because of the results that it produces. And what I've been about for the last few years is, what's the least amount of tools that I would need in my tool belt, if you will, to create a dream? I mean, there's so many things you can work on personal development. I've taken Landmark, PSI seminars, Landmark, just courses, Mike Dooley's course, just Bob Proctor, Mark Victor Hansen, just all the, Pat Allen, I keep going, Allison Armstrong, keep going. What are the least amount of tools that I need to use to have a dream come true? And that's what I'm about. And what I just want to do here is just spend a few minutes with you, really, on what happens when we set a New Year's resolution and then we don't do it, we don't get it. I think there's something that really, really important there that we need to do for our self-esteem to stay up, for our confidence to stay up. Okay, so now I do know sometimes, and I have done this before, had a little bit too much to drink on New Year's, and I blew out a New Year's resolution to everybody, and I really didn't mean it. And I'm not talking about those, you know. Like one of my friends has a New Year's resolution he has set every year, and he's gotten it every single year. He has not failed on one of those. And you know what his New Year's resolution is? To not buy a new car this year. Okay, what kind of New Year's resolution is that? Not buy a new car? So, because he never wants to buy new cars, he buys used cars and all that. So I'm like, there's not a lot of challenge there, dude. So what I am talking about is if you did set a New Year's resolution that you really wanted to make happen, whether it was your health, that seems to be the number one goal that people set on New Year's, and I think it's a great one too. Or maybe you did finances, or you did spirituality, meditation. Doesn't matter, but as long as it was important to you. That's the one I'm taking right now. If you set one that was important to you and you're struggling with it, or maybe even have not done anything on it yet, I strongly believe that when we say that we are going to do something, I think that's important. I think being in integrity with ourselves is one of the greatest tools we can use to have confidence in our life. And you've heard it. It's out there everywhere. You know, mean what you say what you mean, and do what you say. I don't even know what that is, but you know what I'm talking about. That when you say it, you do it. And when we say it and not do it, it does affect us. Now, we're masters at making it all okay. All the reasons why not. I'm not going to do it. So what I want to do is I want to just pause there for a second and think, okay, if I said I'm going to do it and I didn't do it, there's one thing that you can do right now, as you're even watching this if you want to, because I'm about quick tools. I really am. Not get rich quick things, not like that, but something I can do right now to actually shift something inside of me. And that would be very simply, instead of just throwing it under the carpet, pretending like it didn't, oh, I was just kidding. If you said it or you thought it to yourself, that was you saying that you're going to do something. And if you haven't done it, don't sweep it under the carpet. Don't pretend. Take a moment internally, or if you said it to somebody, to acknowledge it. I said I was going to do it, and I did not do it. I said I was going to lose weight. I said I was going to work out. And you know what? I have broken my word with me. You say that to yourself, your confidence starts to go up. Guarantee it, your confidence starts to go up. If you ignore it and you hide it and you run away from it, it continues to sag, it continues to drop. So very simply, stop that and say to yourself or to somebody else, if you gave your word to somebody else, you know, I said I was going to do that, and I want to acknowledge to myself and to you that I did not do it. That right there is so powerful. But then now what? So if that goal, that resolution was important to you. Say that your health, that's what it was, and your health is important to you, your finances, your relationship. If that is really meaningful to you, and you've given up because you didn't do it the first 3 weeks, well, here's an idea. Set it as a goal now. Okay? New Year's resolution. Okay, I didn't do it. No, just give it away. Don't just give up and go, see, it just happened again, and then live the rest of the year knowing you didn't do it. I would say take that resolution now and set it as a goal. Make that be a goal of your life, take it to resolution to goal. And now set that goal that, you know what? I'm now going to work out 2 or 3 times a week. Now, what's going to happen for most of us is if you said it and you didn't do it, and you acknowledge it, and then you say it again, do you know what you're going to hear in the back of your head? Yeah, you know what you're going to hear. You're not going to do it again. You said this 3 weeks ago. You know you're going to hear that little voice in the back of your head. Yes, you are. So what do you do when you hear that little voice? You go work out. You might not work out 3 times this week. Don't let it win. Don't have your life change because of an internal voice that says you're not going to do it. No, go work out. Go have a great workout, or go walk, go run, go do something moving toward that, right? So set it now as a goal. And even though you're going to hear that disbelief inside, it's okay. Don't just go, yeah, you're right. No. And you know what? If you set a goal to lose 30 pounds this year, let's say this year, and you didn't do it for the first month, and then you set it as a goal right now, and you do as well as you can, not perfection, you do as well as you can, and you get around to December next year, 2017 coming on, and you've lost 25 pounds. That's pretty good. True? It's pretty good. You just took off 25 pounds. And your goal was 30. That's awesome. Versus, no, it's just not going to happen. See, that's the negativity in us. That is our disbelief about ourselves inside of us that wants to attack us, that wants to bring us down. Okay? So don't let it win. Believe in you and do the best you can do. That's all we can ever ask of each other. And then the other thing I'd ask is, maybe look at how much support you've gathered. Do you have support around you? Do you have someone coaching you? You know, one of my things is, who's your coach? Every great success story has a coach behind them. And if you don't have a coach, a friend, get one. Okay, find a place, find a meetup group where people are working out. If you do it by yourself, you know most likely you're going to give up on yourself more than you'll give up on other people. Okay, so take that resolution, start today, set it as a goal, and just do the best that you can do. And have a great 2016. Thank you.